Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining us today. Time for our first visit with the now newly inaugurated second term mayor of the city of Fall River. Mayor Paul Coogan is joining us for our weekly visit. Mayor, how are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Keith, and everybody watching.
Thank you. Let's start with the inauguration exercises on Monday. A little bit more of a low-key affair, but still, the city, the business of the city continues to move forward. You know, um, I know I probably asked you this in the past, but I'll ask you again. Now that you start your second term, what are some of the things you learned during the first 2 years? Pandemic aside, obviously that's a special circumstance. But in terms of running a city and what you can probably learn from it, you begin.
Well, I learned what I learned from it is you have to work with other people to get things done in the city of Fall River. But it's a very, very fast moving change of people you work with. You look at we brought a new police chief on. Now we have a different one. We're going to have a fire chief retiring this year. We'll get a different one. We're still looking for a city administrator, but you have to have the ability to move on your feet and adjust to different situations all the time. And when you're running a city, you depend on the people that work for you and with you to make Fall River a better place to live, and that's what we do. We get out there every day, and we're in here right now. Obviously, we're in the middle of a surge of COVID, which adds another set of challenges to the job. But all you can do is keep going.
Yeah, I will get to COVID in a moment. One final question about the inauguration. There's always a time for people to say that we want to work together, and you've had some successes over the first 2 years. Last year being a political year, there was some friction, no doubt about it, between yourself and some other city officials. How do you hope that will change over the next 2 years?
I hope it changes because we put our focus on the city of Fall River. Obviously, seems like at least for a year we should have nobody doing any campaigning for a city position. Hopefully at this time, but we can get together and work on what would help the city. I mean, we have a lot of work to do. We have ARPA money that has to be spent. We have all of our union contracts have to be settled, and again, we have to produce a budget. So all those things are going to be moving to the forefront rapidly, and we'll get going.
Yeah. All right, moving now to the pandemic. Again, the whole country is seeing a surge from the Omicron variant. Schools opened again this week. From what you hear, how's that been going in terms of staffing and student attendance?
Well, student attendance and staff attendance are both down. Obviously, people are battling their way through this illness. It moves so quickly. You can be negative in the morning and positive in the afternoon, so we really have to keep an eye on it. We had a number of teachers out yesterday and students, and we're trying to keep the schools open because we do believe that the students in general are much better off in school, but at the same time, we have to evaluate all the time. I had a meeting yesterday afternoon with the superintendent, and that's where we are right now. We're trying to keep them open, we're trying to keep them staffed, and it's a lot of work. It's a tremendous challenge, and the team at the school department is doing the best they can under some really, really challenging conditions.
I guess what will the determination be? I guess what will the circumstances need to be to either have some schools go remote? Is there like a percentage in mind in terms of number of students that may be out or staff? I guess how will that work if there is a need to pivot?
They'll make this decision based on what's safe for the staff and the students. Right now, we're not at that point. I don't know what the number is. I know some schools closed for a day or two, but they're open again. So it's like I said, it's a state of flux operation, and you just make the best decisions you can as they come forward. I expect to hear from the superintendent sometime today, and we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Yeah. You also made an announcement, a policy that's actually been ongoing since the onset of the pandemic, just reminding people in the city that have to pay any bills or taxes in the city that there are some options to do that remotely. Um, have there been any restrictions at all at Government Center, or are you just looking to remind people that, hey, let's limit the traffic in Government Center, and if you can, pay those bills remotely?
Right, and if you come in, make sure you have a mask on. We're making it sure everybody we have masks down in the lobby, and one of the security people is monitoring that, and we're trying to keep people to a minimum. We want people to be smart, we want people to be safe, but I don't believe anybody's ready to throw the white flag up yet. So we're going to keep moving along and do the best we can. We have a few things we're going to work on today. COVID related, and we'll see what that works out like.
Is there has staffing been limited as well at government center
Oh, absolutely.
since the surge? Yeah, what's that look like?
Get people out. You know, we have some departments down a couple people. You know, either because of COVID or someone around them is sick, and but I don't know of a organization in the city that doesn't have similar situations. So we're doing the best we can. I know yesterday I think we jumped 250 cases, but that's on paper. I think the disease, this Omicron variant, is spreading very, very quickly through the city. And I read a long story the other day in one of the magazines talking about how everybody will have it by the end of January. We're also getting some encouraging news that the peak may be around January 9th to the end of January, and that would be good. That would let us get on with the business of running the city of Fall River in February and March. But let's hope that's true. But right now, it's kind of all guesswork.
Yeah. As the pandemic went on, I remember talking to you about this last year where when the pandemic began, it was all about, getting testing and people getting tested so we could gauge the level of infection. And then last year it switched to, getting the vaccine. It looks like now we're back to, seeing if we can get more tests out there. Is there anything the city can do to provide more public testing? Obviously working with the state, and have those discussions been had?
Well, we're trying to get our fire department. Right now, we're only testing city employees up there. We're trying to get that open to the public. We had a meeting yesterday on that. We're also talking to one of our local companies today about some more of those rapid tests that we can get out to the public. So we're looking at it, but it's like you said, Keith, we go from testing to vaccinations to testing to vaccinations, and it's like the disease, it's cycling through, and we just, you're trying to stay with it, but it sometimes feels like you're always trying to play catch up. So again, we had a meeting yesterday to try to open up another testing site for the residents of Fall River, and we're going to keep going.
Yeah. And of course, the testing site here at Bristol Community College, which is run by the state through CIC Health, that is still available to people. I was there the other day, and the lines are a lot longer. But with that, you need to make an appointment. You
Right.
can't just walk up to get a test. So that's something that's important for people who are looking to get tested in
Yeah,
the
and those
next few
tests,
days.
those appointments right now are 5 or 6 days out, Keith. There's nothing.
Yeah.
You're not going to get one today or tomorrow. You're going to wait.
Yeah. Although they have been very successful in getting those results back in a relatively quick process, so that's
Right.
that's a good thing. But we're looking forward to definitely more testing. One final quick thing, the city may be seeing, as we're recording this on Wednesday morning, the city may be seeing its first measurable snow potentially on Friday. What are you looking at right now, with the caveat that things may change between now and Friday morning?
We're hearing it's something maybe 3 to 5 inches. We'll have a meeting tomorrow to put, if necessary, we'll put in a parking ban. But we'll keep an eye on it and see how it goes.
Thank you for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Keith.
All right, all right,
Bye.
take care. And thank you for joining us here on FRC Media. I'm Keith Tebow. Have a great rest of your day.